Shalom. This week's Torah portion is double one, Matos Maasei. This week's Torah portion ends the book of Bamidbar. The ending is slightly anticlimactic. Instead of a grand finale, we're treated to review the travels of the Jewish people throughout their time in the Sinai desert. The first verse of the last Torah portion reads, "These were the marches of the Jews who started out from the land of Egypt, troop by troop in the charge of Moshe and Aaron." In his commentary on this verse, Rashi asks, why are all the stops of the Jewish people recorded here? The answer is that in order to make known the loving acts of God, that although he had decreed against the Jewish people to make them move about and wander in the wilderness, you should not think that they wandered and moved about without cessation from one stop to another, stop all 40 years, and that they had no rest. For you see that during the 38 years, they made only 20 different journeys. Rashi's explanation raises an interesting question. The Jewish people were in the desert for 40 years as a punishment for believing the spies' report that although God promised they'd conquer the land of Israel, the people would be unable to overcome the inhabitants of the land. Yet, Rashi states that the limited amount of traveling the Jewish people suffered during their time in the desert reflected God's love for the Jewish people. Rashi's lesson is that God's love for the people can be seen in his punishments. Can God's love really be shown through his punishments of the Jewish people? Rambam wrote about God's method of punishing people. He wrote, "The reward for the mitzvot is in the world to come." What is the meaning of the statements made throughout the entire Torah that the rewards and punishments that are promised occur in this material world, the Rambam wanted to know? If the reward and punishments of the mitzvot are in the next world, why are the rewards and punishments promised in this world? The Rambam answered, all the promises of reward and punishment in this world are true. They have been realized in the past and will be realized in the future. When we fulfill all the mitzvot in the Torah, we will acquire all the benefits of this world, and when we transgress them, the evils written in the Torah will occur. Nevertheless, those benefits are not the ultimate reward for the mitzvot, nor are those evils the ultimate retribution to be exacted from someone who transgresses the mitzvot. What is the purpose of reward and punishment in this world? The Rambam wrote as follows, if we fulfill the Torah with joy and meditate on its wisdom at all times, God will remove the obstacles which prevent us from fulfilling it. But if we consciously abandon the Torah, the true judge, God, will remove from all the benefits of this world which reinforce the rebellion of those who abandon the Torah. According to the Rambam, reward and punishment in this world are meant to help or hinder fulfilling the mitzvot. God showed his care for the Jewish people by punishing them severely, taking away their ability to enter Eretz Yisrael and fulfill its mitzvot. Punishing them further through multiple and painful travels and stops wouldn't have been consistent with the nature of punishments in this world. God's care for the Jewish people extends even when he's punishing people. What an amazing lesson, and shows the care and concern that God has for us, that even when he punishes us, he still has care and concern for us. Shabbat Shalom.